Look around, there's this huge gap right now. You're fighting to build something real, something that matters, but people are stuck in their bubbles, stuck in their old boxes. Borders, cultures, ways of thinking, these walls are choking potential everywhere. And it's not just annoying, it's actually dangerous. If you want to create the future, you can't afford to stay isolated in your corner. The frustration is real. You see talent, ideas, capital, but they barely connect. That's where everything breaks down. The world sells globalization like some neat package, but what it really does is shuffle people around without making them truly understand each other. So here's the raw truth. It's not just about moving goods or investments across borders. The real power is in cultural exchange, but not the shallow kind where you just tick boxes or do a token call with some global partner. No, this is about going deep, dismantling those invisible walls that keep us strangers even when we're sharing Zoom calls or emails. It's about using culture as a weapon and a bridge to reshape how we collaborate, how we trust, and how we scale ideas beyond local limits. If you're an investor, stop chasing deals like it's a game of supply and demand. Start seeing cultural exchange as your secret weapon to unlocking the next level of innovation. Look at founders not just by their pitch or ideas, but how well they navigate their culture and yours. Invest in those who truly get how to merge different ways of thinking, who adapt and absorb without losing their essence. That's how you future-proof your portfolio, by backing people who can translate between worlds, who can build a new kind of unity without erasing differences. For founders listening, if you're stuck banging your head against walls trying to scale globally, the problem isn't your product, it's your mindset. You need to embed cultural knowledge into your strategy as much as market data. That means knowing exactly why your approach resonates in one place and totally fails in another. It's not about being everyone to everyone, that's impossible and burns out your team. It's about mastering cultural fluency, learning nuances that let you build genuine connections, trust, and local relevance. That's how you turn friction into fuel. Leaders, hear this. Your job isn't just leading a company or managing a portfolio, it's creating ecosystems that thrive because of diversity, not despite it. Real unity doesn't come from making everyone fit one mold. It comes from building networks where differences aren't tolerated as a checkbox, but valued as a core asset. Stop running teams or projects that expect people to drop their identity at the door. Start designing structures that connect different cultural strengths and let them play off each other. This is hard, messy work, but also the only way your organization survives the next decade. Now, how do you actually do this? No fluff, here are 3 moves you must make. First, stop thinking about networking as a numbers game. Focus on building deep ties across cultures. That means spending serious time not just on business, but on understanding where the other person comes from, including their challenges, language, and worldview. This isn't quick. It demands patience and humility. But those deep ties become your bridge to entire ecosystems others ignore. Second, build cultural attunement into your decision-making. When your fund, company, or project votes on the next move, ask yourself, who might this leave behind? What cultural assumptions are baked into this plan? Challenge them relentlessly. Diversity of experience is useless if it's not influencing the decisions that shape everything. Third, invest in rituals and practices that keep culture alive, not just as words, but as muscle memory inside teams and networks. Things like shared storytelling, local immersion trips, cross-cultural mentoring, these create bonds that spreadsheets or KPIs never touch. This is how trust is forged. This is what makes collaboration explosive. Ignore these steps and the gap just gets worse. You'll end up lost in a world that looks global but feels fractured. But if you lean in and start practicing real cultural exchange today, you don't just survive, you get a shot at leading a future nobody else sees coming. A future where humans move beyond borders, not by ignoring differences, but by using them to fuel growth, connection, and unity that actually lasts. This isn't easy. It's uncomfortable, it's even painful, because it forces you to let go of familiar ways, of shortcuts, of easy assumptions. But that pain is the price for something rare, a network of real human unity, built not by tearing down culture, but by embracing it in unpredictable, powerful ways. So get to work. Learn deeply, act boldly, and connect fiercely. The future won't wait, and those who master cultural exchange will own it. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and visit the featured link to discover more.